Welcome back. For those of us who were raised in church, I think the story of Noah and the ark is probably one of the most memorable stories we learned in Sunday school. Like the beautiful mosaic of Noah's ark that we have up in our Children's Life Center, the image we remember is a happy one. All of these animals coming out of the ark two by two, Noah with his family, everyone safe on land after the great flood, and a beautiful rainbow in the sky, symbolizing God's promise of peace to Noah and all creation forever. It's a beautiful image, and it's a great story. In fact, it's one of the most well-known and oldest stories in the whole world, and it's no wonder that it's captured imaginations for thousands of years. But, like some other stories we know from childhood, there's actually more danger and dread in this tale than we may remember. We know from experience how destructive a flood can be, how it can sweep away everything in its wake. The image of the flood should point us back in the story to the first verses of Genesis, when God brought order and harmony and beauty out of the watery chaos. It's a very powerful way of putting the question. Will the destructive power of human sin that was unleashed in the Garden of Eden undo God's good creation? It's a powerful way of saying human sin is every bit as destructive and deadly as a flood, and left unchecked, it can destroy us. If what we have made of the world is, as the text says, only evil continually, would it have been better for God to not have created the world in the first place? Well, the resounding answer of the Noah story is no. The story is a way of saying, way back in the mists of ancient history when the world began, God decided not to undo his creation, not to allow human sin to unravel and sweep away everything good that God had made. The happy and peaceful image of Noah and the ark we remember from childhood is true at its core. But now as grown-ups, we can appreciate better just how true it is. God promises never to destroy his good creation, even though the problem of human sin remains. In the image of the rainbow, many commentators, including the Jesus Storybook Bible, by the way, that we use here in our children's ministry, see a foreshadowing of how God will go on to deal with the problem of our sin and violence as the Bible story goes on. Instead of just cursing and destroying us, the image of the rainbow can be seen as God hanging up his warrior bow in the sky, putting it away, not aiming it down at us, but instead up at himself, at God's own heart. I hope this week's discussion will help you see that the story of Noah and the ark isn't just a story for kids. For centuries, the church has seen baptism as a kind of passage through the floodwaters of sin into the safety of the ark of God's gathered people, the church. The story has long been a very deep part of how Christians have understood God's plan of salvation. I hope it will be for you too.